Yo, what's going on guys, it's your boy Max here, and in today's tutorial I'll be showing you guys how to like crazy color correct and just basically color correct like me. Let's get straight into it. Alright, so what you need for this tutorial is obviously the plugin Magic Bullux. In Vegas 18 it's called just Lux. In any other software it should be called Magic Bullux, so make sure you search it up and then just apply the plugin right here. And yeah, all you need to do is apply it right here. I'll leave a link in the description on how to get it for any software, so make sure you check out this before you continue right now. And yeah, all you gotta press is edit looks right now, and then you should be popping out in a sort of screen like this. Should probably look exactly like this. What you want to do first is maximize this, obviously. I'll try to explain it as best as possible to you guys so you can understand how it kind of works. Basically what we have right now is these 5 little boxes right here. We only want to work with the post one right now. So what you want to do now is just hover over the tools right here, and this should pop out. And very important, and almost basically 90% of the color correction comes from the HSL colors. So make sure you go ahead and apply this on the post right here. Just drag it right here, and then you minimize the tools right here, just like that. And now you're in this little box right here, and now you can choose which color you want to isolate. It's basically the key, like you want to choose a color you want to isolate first. So basically if I want to isolate the red, then I gotta go 100% plus saturation on the red, and all I need to do is turn down everything else. And as you can see, as I'm turning down everything, the colors are disappearing. Basically the light blue right here, it's kind of disappearing. If I turn this down now, it's basically gray already, black and white. If I keep turning this down, I have now this beautiful color correction which basically blacks out every color except the red right here. I can obviously do this with any other color. So if I want, for example, to have the blue isolated, well, I gotta put on this and drag this up, for example, which looks pretty weird, so we're gonna turn that back down again. Just basically turn this up, and now we have everything, the light blue parts and the red. If I turn down the red, it obviously is going to disappear. So this is almost basically the main part. Let's just keep it like that, for example. And what you want to do now is just have a brief look on how you want the colors to be adjusted. If you want them to be a bit darker or lighter, you can adjust the lightness right here. So if I turn down the lightness, obviously you can see the red overall gets darker right here, and there's going to be like more shadows. And if I turn it up, it should be pretty bright. You can do the same with the blue right here. See how this changes. This looks pretty cool in my opinion, because there's like a there's a light glow around this. So we're just gonna leave it like that. And what you want to do with the hue is you can basically just change around the colors, turn them from red into more orange, from orange more into yellow. And yeah, as you can see, if I put up the hue right here, it gets sort of orange right here. And if I turn it down, it gets sort of like the different way around. Basically it gets sort of like pinkish. So if I just reset that to none and play around with this one right here, it obviously goes to dark blue if I turn it up right here, and it should go to green sort of if I turn it down. So yeah, if you want the excessive color correction, you obviously want to play around with these numbers a lot. And yeah, what we isolated now is basically the blue and the red colors, which looks already pretty insane, I think. But yeah, what we want to do is add actually another HSL color. You can add as many as you want on them. And now we want to do the same stuff again. So basically what we can do is play around and saturate everything we want to. And let's see, all you really want to do is mess around with these numbers right here, because they're gonna give you eventually a very good look, and that is what we want to achieve with this. So if you just mess around, we can see the pinkish is sort of coming out. Let's see, what if you play around with the lighting? It gives us this even lighter look, which looks pretty cool in my opinion. The sand is kind of glowing as well, and that is already a pretty huge part of our color correction done. What you want to do now is, if you want to change the overall hue of the whole picture, you want to apply hue and saturation right here, press in the tools again. Now you can change the hue right here. So basically it goes all the way around from red into pink, into purple, into blue, into light blue, into green, into yellow, and then back into red. This is basically how you change the hue of the whole picture. And yeah, I'll just go actually with something. I'm actually gonna stay with something like this because I think this actually already looks very good. And yeah, if you want to adjust the lightness, you can always play around with this right here, and then just go ahead and maybe make this something like this. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And if you want to remove an effect, all you gotta do is drag it and just drop it right here, where, like on the tools. Like it doesn't have to be even on it, like you just drop it right here, but I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, if we move on to camera right here and pop up our tools, we only really have the curves tool which we can work with. The curves tool is basically you can change the colors and the brightness of the picture overall. Right here you can change like the RGB look, and this makes it look very like excessive, as you can see. So I'm just gonna reset that. And right here we can change the red, which we don't really have. We have a blue one though. We have lots of blue colors, so we can mess around with the blue color. And yeah, as you can see, we can make it like a bit more darker and a bit more excessive. Let's see, like this. This looks pretty good, I think. Very excessive color correction. Like you guys can play around with this however you want to, but yeah. If we move on to the lenses now, we actually have some sort of stuff we can use. For example, the edge softener, what it really does is just soften the edges. So what you want to do first of all is drag that out to like something like this. Like there shouldn't be much softened really. You can obviously change that a bit. Just keep that up like this. As you can see, like the kind of edges right here are blurred outside of the circle. And yeah, what we can do as well is add some chromatic aberration, which is always pretty good, I think. All you really need to do is adjust the red for a tiny bit, not too much. I wouldn't really say too much. Something like this is probably already too much. Let's see how 1.5 would look. Yeah, this is already also very much. Let's see how 0.5, something like this. Don't play around with that too much, it's gonna make it look a bit off. What we can do now is go on the made one, then go to tools obviously, and then we can add a bit of diffusion to make it look like a bit more soft. You can obviously play around with this, you don't need to, but I like it to have a bit more soft, so I'm just going to keep that at like 4, which looks very good, I think. And yeah, that is almost basically everything I need to explain for this tutorial. Obviously you can play around with all of these settings right here. There's so many different tools you can apply. For example, the haze and lens flare looks pretty good as well sometimes. So yeah, make sure you mess around with this. And yeah, that is basically everything you need to know about color correcting in Magic Bullet Looks. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. If you guys didn't already, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram obviously. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button if you enjoyed the video and found it at least a bit helpful. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching, have a great day and peace out.